Welcome back to another episode of Rockstar Reacts. It's your host, Rockstar 2800, the most hated, the most opinionated, the most underrated. You know the truth. Like, comment, subscribe right now to this channel. If you haven't already, become a member. Turn on your notifications, tap that bell, smash that like button, follow Smut Free TV on Instagram and TikTok. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know we got the hottest content in these internet streets, no cap. All right, man, let's get into this right here. This is Sharp. My good friend Sharp. You know, the peas of all peas, man. You feel me? Um, Definitely getting his lick back in this one. You know, if you don't remember, him and Faizon had somewhat of a heated argument. You know, going back and forth on my channel. If we go back to it, you know what I'm saying, definitely made some noise. Um, yeah, they was disagreeing with each other, you know, about the new wave, the new energy, the new way of technology, the way stuff is being moved around, and you know, Faizon is saying nah, 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 like ain't nothing changed. You feel me? So they had a little back and forth, and then it got to poking in people street credibility and history in San Diego and all that crazy stuff, right? So let's see what Sharp got to say about Faizon Love recent run-ins with the law. Is he laughing or is he empathetic, man? Let's see, man, how this turns out, how this unfolds, man. If you're here and you're tuned in, give it a thumbs up ASAP. This is Rockstar Reacts on Smut Free TV. Let's go.
Talk about that Faizon Love shit. Big word. You know, even though I got into it with church, right? I really ain't got, when I see a nigga got to go through some child support shit, or man, it seemed like they extradited this man up to Florida behind that. And I'm like, man, it's really like that with child support and things like that, homie. They will come get your ass. And what's fucked up is because when I watched the whole little trial shit, right, on Law and Crime, shout out to them, and I watched the whole Faizon Love shit, and I'm looking, I'm like, bro, the system ain't shit. Because even the judge didn't understand really why they travel him all the way up here. He could have went, you know, in front of magistrate or somebody like that back here on the West. Kept him in jail for 16 days, because that's what they'll do. They'll hold your motherfucking ass. Held him. I'm sure they put him on a plane. Me, I had to go travel up. It wasn't over child support, but shit, they put me on a little ass van. PTS, Prison Transport Services. Hey, they gonna take your ass up there. It's gonna take like 7 to 9 days just to get up to that motherfucker, because they gotta get some rest. So he got there pretty quick. When they said he spent 16 days in jail, I'm like, yeah, you know, when they come transport you, it usually take about 15 to 16 days. They got up to 30 to come get you if they don't call down and say, hey, let's extend the time, we want to come get him. Real shit. It's nasty work. I don't understand why they took him up there on the child support movement. You could have dealt with that shit down here. But I get it. That's probably where the girl filed all the shit. So that's where the case is going to take place. Took his ass all the way up there for child support, but I promise you, I done been on prison transport services with niggas going up towards Michigan, Ohio, all that shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck you getting transferred up? I'm getting brought up for money laundering. A high category of it. So I'm like, what you going up for? Child support. Man. They taking you all the way up there for that? Abso-fucking-lutely they are. Yes, hit that like button. They are absolutely taking your ass wherever the fuck it is. Because what happens is, it's a system hit. It's not even that the judge wants to say it. They say he was held in contempt. That's just how the system runs. So let's just say he didn't show up, or nobody showed up. It's already electronically filed that, hey, he was a no-show that he was supposed to be in court for. I'm not bragging about being a criminal scum, you. What I'm trying to say is, this is how the system works. So if they ever do come get you over child support, or a motherfucker tell you, hey, you've been held in contempt, That's 9 times out of 10 what that shit's gonna be held over if you got kids and you know you're supposed to be paying child support and you don't. How many niggas get pulled over by the police be like, yeah, man, you got like an outstanding warrant. You can't really read what the warrant is because they're gonna word it differently. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yeah, it just says something about you owing something. Like it won't really tell him the whole gist of it until that nigga goes and sits in front of a judge.
Yeah, Sharp ain't lying though. That child support ain't nothing to play with. You know, a lot of people ain't got driver license over there. They can't drive. You know, and their whole life is in shambles over that. You know, yeah, it's an unfortunate situation that Faizon has to deal with this later on in his life. Like he's about to be 60 years old and he's dealing with this. This is nasty work, y'all.
Oh man, I watched the whole thing. They was trying to railroad Buddy. I said, oh, no. Pretty much saying that because he put 0 on the paperwork, that the lawyer on the girl's side said, well, you know, we don't have to, he said, we don't have to believe that. Hey, y'all say it is what it is when somebody puts that shit on paper. Nobody else. Y'all say, hey, all right, we need the paperwork because what if the man didn't file one? They try to say he filed a financial affidavit. Try to file a financial affidavit after, like, way when he was supposed to, and it was 30 minutes before the court date. I don't give a fuck when he filed it. I don't give a fuck if it was 5 minutes before. You got your paperwork. Man, what? Man, hey, the lawyer on the side was sick. This nigga said, hey, you know, he's done shows and we've called down and told them that we need to get a certain percentage of that and they will fight us on it. How the fuck you gonna call down to somebody's show and tell them, hey, we need to get a percentage of what he's making? And he said, and they were like, well, the show's canceled. They said, well, how do we know that? Most shows, even if you do sign a contract to go on the show, let's go ahead and let's look at this logically here. Even if you sign a piece of paper, contract, saying, hey, you're getting paid this much, you're gonna go on here, this is what your job is. I've done it a few times, quite a few times, so I understand it. Never have I ever, if the show gets canceled, or if like they're just not doing it, it's over. Did I get here's a cancellation contract of you canceling the contract. Nobody does that. And I'm sure Faizon don't do it neither. Nobody does that. Where? Talking about a fucking comedy show. You ain't talking about want to do a fucking multi-million-dollar movie. Just saying. No drugs over here, buddy. Man, talking about calling down. I've never heard that, bro. That's bill collecting on another level. Dead ass. That's bill collecting on another level. To call down, let's say you're going and doing a show. I want everybody to throw themselves in the shoes here. You're going and doing a show. Child support, family services, child support and family services, call, find out the show that you're doing, call down, say, hey, we need this much money out of, well, how much is he making? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You bitches really ain't shit because you help the system really really run niggas' pockets. I watched that shit just happen to that boy Faizon. They were shaking him down, saying they need credit card statements. They need everything. Said, well, he's only got one fucking bank account, a Navy Fed, and here you go. Nah, he's got more than that. The fuck? If y'all, I'm gonna say this, right? I feel like this. I don't have to give child support shit. And what I mean by that is like, why do I have to show you anything? If you're gonna garnish wages, if you're gonna do anything, you don't go off speculation. Hey, y'all in the system. Why can't you go dig and do a nigga shit? You got the social security numbers. Call the government. find out what's going on. This shit's all hearsay. I don't give a fuck if a nigga's bullshitting on child support. Let's keep it a buck, right? Because we always hear women always say this. Oh, well, you know, you shouldn't have had kids with, you don't go just having kids with anybody. Bitch, I should say the same thing about you. How you have a baby with a nigga you gotta go put on child support or you despise? You had to like the nigga at one point, motherfucking time. You had to like the nigga at one point in time, enough to have the nigga's baby. You in the mix of this shit too. And there's another thing. I notice how when y'all be in the motherfucking courts, you don't never ask that what the fuck she makes or what she's doing. He ain't prying open her bank accounts. He ain't prying open her credit card statements. Hell, y'all don't even go to the house to even see how the bitch living. Let the bitch show up, nigga with nothing on, looking stressed, disgruntled, going outside to a whole S63 AMG right now. What you mean? You don't even walk the bitch to the parking lot. I mean, hey man, let us walk you to your car. See how the bitch living. These bitches ain't dumb. They know they can just walk up in there and have their way. The bullshit ain't nothing. Ladies, I love y'all, but y'all know y'all play on that system. Y'all know they ain't gonna look into you. You're gonna have hot summer after hot summer. Hot girl summers is coming for the next 15 years.
He ain't lying. And he ain't told one lie. You know what I'm saying? But no, he's basically saying like, man, you know, Faizon is in a sticky predicament, man, at this point in his life, you know, to be dealing with this type of controversy. And at this age, it's kind of just like, man, come on, Faizon. Like, come on. So, you know, Sharp is not down and not kicking the brother while he's down. He's def he's definitely commentating on it, spectating on it, but just shed light on the hypocrisy on the hypocritical unlawful, you know, way they going about it as far as dealing with the child support and you know, knowing Faizon is a celebrity, right? So let's continue on, man, see what Sharp got to say.
It ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. These people really come digging in niggas' businesses like they're the fucking police. Why? Because your dumb ass don't even see. Hey, they make money off it too, bitch. You don't even get the money. I've said it before. You get a smidgen of piece. They take the rest. Why? Because they felt like you were incapable, you were incompetent to, hey, get that shit right with the nigga you had a baby with. You can't control it? Here they come. This is your control. Did they help your stupid ass for free? No, they're charging you. They fucking charge you to get it. I notice every bitch that get child support and be like, I barely get shit. Nah, bitch, that nigga's paying whatever the fuck they said it was. You're just getting a portion of it. You know, when you're getting food stamps and you're getting medical and dental and, you know, all the shit for your kid, they charge you for that. It's not free. Well, they charge the daddy. You just get yours taken off out of that, you know, to keep your little benefits going. Real shit. I feel like this, you know, I think it's a stigma. I hope it is that, you know, bitches go get their nails done and their hair done off child support. I don't think that's the case. I think for like 80% of women, I feel like it just helps them live free. Like, hey, the bills are paid. They pay the bills with it. He didn't get embarrassed. That's the typical shit they do every day. It just so happened he was who he was, and the nigga was, hey, and it was over child support. Yeah, they're gonna try to beat him up like he's a deadbeat. I always say this, and I hope that people can understand this one and really chime in on this. There's no way for a man to be there 100% unless that nigga's sitting there laying on the fucking step waiting for you to open the door. You damn near trip over him and he's waiting on your beck and call for you to do something for the child. That's how you know. That's the only time you probably ever say, oh, well, he's there for the kid. You could buy that baby everything. You can try to spend time when you can. The kid don't live with you. You ask him, hey, well, if it's that much, let the baby come live with you. Absolutely not. It's a fucking problem. So it's like, who's really being the brick wall in the way? Because if it's that much, it's like, okay, well then let the kid come live with the dad half the time. Oh, absolutely not. Then you start finding all your personal problems with the nigga. It's not about what he can do for the child. You know, I can understand, right? Child support trying to fucking nigga trying to get on him. If y'all was paying the every month, y'all don't even pay it to her. Y'all wait for the daddy to pay it. I'm just being honest. I can respect it, homie. If the courts came knocking, hey motherfucker, we've been paying yo 15 or 2,500 a month. Y'all don't do that. Y'all let the go without too, and the babies go without too. What if the daddy wasn't paying and he wasn't giving up the money? Okay, guess what? That bitch ain't gonna see that money until that nigga starts paying. You're not gonna help. All you gonna do is give her just the free care. Hey, well, you can still get insurance. You can still get some EBT. You are not cutting that bitch no check. So who's helping here? She better handle her motherfucking business. See me? That's probably why I don't even go to them courts. Because I'm going to tell them, like, I pay for your paychecks. All of you. I'm one of the fathers that pay for your paychecks. This building stays open because we pay for it to be open. That shit don't just stay open for shits and giggles. Oh, just because? That shit don't have no state funding. That shit's got father funding. And niggas, then they know they'll scare you into it. You don't pay that shit, your ass gets locked up. What nigga wants to go to jail? They know that. Man, child support ain't federally funded shit. That shit's funded by fathers, homie. Remember that shit. Just because the motherfuckers get a check on it that says Clark County, whatever county you from, they only say that because they couldn't put all the niggas' names on there that pays for that paycheck. I don't give a fuck if it's 25 cents a daddy. That's how the fuck they getting their checks, nigga. Best fucking believe. That shit's father funded, homie. Because if there wasn't no problems, there wouldn't be them buildings. Why do you think they garnish niggas' checks? Somebody gotta pay for that shit. Boy, federal funding would have been gave up on that shit. Think about how much other shit they give up on. That shit would have been gave. They ain't chasing niggas. Fuck it. We just start locking their asses up and start garnishing their wages. It's a new form of slavery. Because they know what race is doing it the most. Us black folks, we gonna go through it the most. They make sure they keep everything in that's gonna f with us the most.
All right. So it seems Sharp is very empathetic and sympathetic with Faizon's situation. You know what I'm saying? He's basically shed a light on an unjust system, right? That's discriminated against men, mostly men and men of color. Let's keep it real. Uh so I like that when he says, oh yeah, it's not federally funded, it's fatherly funded. It's father funded. We paying to keep them doors open. Well, not me, because I'm not on child support. But anyone that's on child support that's making them payments, y'all are keeping the lights on in them buildings for sure. So I kind of get what Sharp is saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's not kicking Faizon while he's down. More power to Sharp. Much love to Sharp for not doing that. For what I'm saying, really just understanding like, hey man, I ain't, we got into it, That's what it is. I'm not about to keep on pounding it into him, especially while he's down in this situation, right? So With that being said, man, y'all think Sharp took the high road? Or do y'all think Sharp should have went a little bit more harder? You know what I'm saying? And does Faizon deserve any sympathy? You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this content. Give it a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, become a member, turn on your notifications, tap that bell, smash that like button, follow Smut Free TV on Instagram and TikTok. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know we got the hottest content in these internet streets. No cap. Stay tuned for more Rockstar Reacts right here on Smut Free TV.